Well, let's go into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. Eagle Mortgage knows mortgages as well as anyone does. They've been doing it for more than 30 years. It is the company's led by Holly Schneiderwin, good friend of ours. And she has a great team of people who are experienced and very customer service oriented. Eagle Mortgage is not a bank, so they can shop lenders, contrast and compare them to find the best one that's for you. Doesn't matter whether you're going to go a conventional loan or maybe you're going to do an FHA or a VA. They help you with all of that stuff.
Imagine getting a loan or your stockbroker, or today, like, so much is done over the web and you don't get to sit in front of somebody. At Eagle Mortgage, you can sit in front of Holly or one of her associates and actually ask the questions that you want to, know who you're dealing with. And that's very unique in these days.
Absolutely. You can find them online at eaglemortgagecompany.com or in person at 114th and Davenport Street. All right, let's look at the news. First of all, we have movement with the South 13th Business Improvement District this week. The City Council approved a resolution to formally create the city's newest business improvement district.
BID.
Yeah, and Trenton, tell us what a BID does.
Business Improvement District, there's one in the Old Market as well and some other places. Basically, the Owners Association gets together. They can impose dues based on the size of the property. Maybe it's the store frontage and that kind of stuff, or the property frontage. And so they make sure that they go above and beyond and take care of the neighborhood and make sure that it remains quality.
Well, this particular 13th Street BID, Business Improvement District, is roughly bounded by Mason, Venton, and then on the north and south, and then it's along 13th Street between 12th and 14th. And like other bids, you mentioned the downtown one, but Benson, South 24th, many others. This new one imposes a special assessment against real property located within the district boundaries. And this helps funds the infrastructure improvements, events, beautification. And one of the big deals is pedestrian safety. So that's moving forward, and it's encouraging to see.
I think just having conversations and being able to talk to your neighbors and getting to know other store owners, other office users and things like that, to know what's going on in the neighborhood. It's not a Mrs. Kravitz type of thing. It's not to team up on anybody. It's to maintain the quality of life.
Trenton, I'll tell you, I think that one of the most important things that these business improvement districts do is weed control and litter removal.
Jeff's big on getting rid of weeds and litter. I know that.
It drives me,
understandably, Jeff,
absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy when I see properties that are full of weeds or litter. It's not that hard, people. Just clean up after yourselves. Keep your properties clean.
Set a good example for your neighbor.
Well, these bids, will hire a company or a vendor, or sometimes the bigger ones would even have a full-time staff member or two that do that sort of thing, and it makes a big, big difference.
But Jeff, some people are going to ask us, like, what are we paying city taxes for?
Well, that's a whole nother question, and you can listen to one of the more politically oriented shows on KFAB to find out the answer to that and voice your opinion
Voorhees.
Accordingly.
Every weekday morning.
Well, the North Downtown Saul's Jewelry and Loan Properties, exact addresses are 507 and 514th North 16th Street, will be sold to the City of Omaha under a development agreement with Kiewit. Now, the City Council approved a purchase agreement of those parcels, and this will aid in the development of the Builders District. The Builders District is being led by Noddle Companies, and they are turning that into a very walkable, very cool urban development. The Kiewit headquarters is there.
Kiewit University,
Union Pacific's employee daycare for the kids, that is, and several other attractions. There's a open to the public, privately owned park that is under development. At any rate, all of this is going on. It's going to be very, very cool. And to make way for it, don't worry, you can still go to Saul's, Trenton. They have moved to 2215 Harney Street, which will be conveniently located along the streetcar line.
Excellent.
So if you want to pawn something, you can take the streetcar to it. The city of Bellevue is considering a mixed-use project that would transform an existing industrial building at 20th and Franklin Street. The owner plans to build a second story onto a current one-story, 9,000 square foot building. The second story would have apartments. The ground floor would have some commercial stuff. So a nice example of progress being made in the Bellevue area. And let's not leave out Council Bluffs. Council Bluffs seeks to open up new areas of development near I-80 and Canesville Boulevard interchange. And this is located, if you're not familiar with Canesville Boulevard, north of Iowa Western Community College. So Council Bluffs is starting to kind of maybe grow out into the hills there out by Iowa Western.
It's interesting. We're seeing a lot of movement down in Bellevue, their water park and mixed-use development down there. Highway 34, you're seeing Council Bluffs stepping it up, and all the communities. Gretna is obviously very busy on their new development. La Vista, Papillion, Omaha. It's almost like it's friendly competition.
No one wants to be left out of the development game.
Well, you see more incentives, and there's some government from COVID and different things like that, and people are working the subsidies and incentives pretty well.
Well, and we want to finish up with Omaha Performing Arts. The organization has announced that its 3 major venues that are located between 13th and 11th Street and between Douglas and Capitol Avenue will now comprise the Dick and Mary Holland campus.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a 3-building campus, and that is to recognize and honor the Hollands for their support of the arts. Both Dick and Mary Holland have passed on, but did so much to support the arts during their lifetimes. And the campus includes the Holland Performing Arts Center, Steelhouse Omaha, which opened last year, and the Tenaska Center for Arts Engagement, which is attached to the east side of the Holland Center, under construction now and opening in 26.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of programming and education and events they have there.
In the Tenaska Center?
Yeah.
I think I think it's going to be heavy education focus, if I understand correctly. But it's quite an addition. It's over $100 million, 3 stories, and kind of fills up most of that grassy area on the east side of the Holland Center.
And then between that and the Conservatory of Music, the old Temple Israel on Cass, like 70th and Cass, that's pretty impressive.
Well, it is. And, last week we reported that that coffee shop, Myrtle and Cypress, from the 33rd and California area, north of Mutual of Omaha, they have a second location now inside the Conservatory of Music.
Perfect.
Cool stuff. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, your news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.